So today I just kind of want to reflect on one of the shortest jobs I've ever had. So I've always kind of had, kind of always had like jobs where, you know, go in and out. You don't really stay there for too long. I mean, I had some long jobs too, but I swear, this one job that I had, it was, I think I worked there for about, I think this, honestly, yeah, this is the shortest job I ever had. I think I worked there for about a week. And I think I had two jobs where I worked for just about a week. And these were the job I'm going to talk about now was, I think that was during the end of the pandemic, before I got my first um, administrative assistant job. And it was at like a real retail store. And the store was called Aldo. And prior to that, my past, what was it? My past job was, I was working at Rockin' Robin. Now it's like a little diner, and for those of you from Philly, it's, well, it was on South Street. It closed down. It was a diner. You got do, and you had to do the dance every time Rockin' Robin came on. It was awesome. It was awesome. You literally were serving. You had to put down. Well, no, you were served. If the plate, if you were serving, if you had plates, you couldn't do it. But if you were just like a waiter and you were just sitting around, you had to do rockin' it. I'm not gonna sing because I can't sing, but it's like and you really had to like do a whole dance in the middle of the diner. Food was great, but I specifically want to talk about all the shoe store Aldo, because I did Aldo really wrong. So they hired for, I think, like Thanksgiving help or like Christmas help or something like that. And I went in, they gave me an application, everything like that. I got the job. So, I was happy. I was like, oh, okay, I got me a little job, a little something. And when I tell you, it was, the job wasn't bad, right? It was like in some mall. I was like, I'll just do it, right? So like it was in a mall, and it was during the break, and it was a lot of people like coming in and out, and you have to go to the back and get different shoes, and obviously because of the shoe store, it had shoes, bags, and stuff like that. Like they got a lot of cute stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way I can work here. It's no way. This definitely was one of my work fails, but I was like, it's no way. And I think, I'm talking to the coworkers. The coworkers were so cool. They were so cool. They were so chill. And the one girl, I think she said that she was working there for a little while. But all that to say is, I think that's when I knew that I said I can't do retail again, because I already had came from Target, and I was like, I don't want to do retail again. I don't want to do retail again. So I think I did. Oh my gosh. I think I had three retail jobs. I worked at Old Navy, Aldo, Target, no, four. And I worked at Nordstrom. And I absolutely loved working at Nordstrom. Like some of the nicest, kindest people. But it was just too far out the way. That bus ride was way too long. If nobody's trying to go out King of Prussia, it, it was too much. It was too much. So I already had that in my head. I said, I'm not doing retail again. So I'm there, and the people are cool. People are nice, but it's just a lot of it. I guess the store wasn't getting that much traction. I mean, some people would come in and out, but I guess the store wasn't getting that much traction because we're just there sitting around. We're there just sitting around, kind of just talking to each other, not really doing anything. And I don't know. One day I went home. I'm not even gonna hold you. I ain't come back. I did not come back. And after I felt so bad because like you were supposed to call in and I think you're supposed to get the schedule. Oh no, I also worked at Marshall's. I forgot about Marshall's. But I worked at Marshall's too. Marshall's was cool. I'm not gonna tell that story. So yeah, so I'm working at Aldo, and that's to say, literally one day I just went home and I said, I can't do this. I'm not coming back. So I should have just knew. I already knew. I shouldn't even have signed up for the job because I knew that I didn't want to do another retail job. It's just I just didn't like the atmosphere. I just didn't like the atmosphere, and I just didn't like what was going on. And my heart goes out to people who do retail because it's, you got a lot of nasty people. You got a lot of people who are just like so entitled. You have a lot of Karens. And it's good for when you're young because it gives you a lot of work experience. But I'm telling you, after you hit like 26, 25, if you're not in like a manager type position, for me personally, it's not worth it. Especially now in the economy we're in, it's no way that you can support a family on some of these retail jobs. I mean, maybe Walmart, but not a lot. I mean, I got some stories from Target. And I worked in Target in Center City, so I seen some things. So yeah, that's really it for today's story. Like, if you have any retail experience stories, let me know down below. But yeah, that's gonna be really it for today's video. I worked that week at Aldo. This video really wasn't about anything, but I worked a week at Aldo, and it was not good. It was not sufficient. I did not like it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.